Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday School webinar. I hope you had a wonderful week so far, or weekend, whatever you've been doing. And welcome to all you new people who've never been here before. This is a webinar that is created for you so that you can grow and build your business, but mostly build yourself. Because when you build yourself, that's when you build your real business. And we have this webinar every Sunday, and we have different topics. There's no red thread in the topics, but there's always a red thread every Sunday. And we have never claimed to be anything else than a supporter and to be stand by you and to be part of your success when you are out there in the world, whatever you're doing. And I think we should get started here. So mostly we do topics regarding personal growth, and sometimes we even do network marketing, direct sales trainings, but it's a mix of everything. So we'll see what we have today. I think it's a pretty interesting topic. Momentum to no moment to momentum. Yeah, that was right. So, and you know that we talked about that you are designed for success. And before I forget it, when you come to this webinar, always have a piece of pen and paper handy so that you can take notes. Because there will be one-liners and there will be stuff that just pops out of my mouth. I have no clue sometimes what I'm talking about, but it's good for you to have a piece of pen and paper so you can take notes. And you know what we talked about, you're designed for success, and so is it. We are designed for success. So why is it then that not everyone is successful? Well, that is because we are programmed to follow myths, lies, and we're being deceived, and we get on off course. We're on the right course, but we get off course, and then we have to relearn. And for some people it takes a long time. For some people it's nothing. They do it, in a short period of time. It doesn't matter. It depends on how far you went inside the woods. But anyway, uh, let's get started. So don't try to be successful, because success is a result of a pursuit. Success is a result of you pursuing your dreams and start realizing that success is obedient to laws. There you have it. Write it down. And, you know, the keys to life is order. You got to have order in your life. You got to do things in order. Everything isn't, the planet doesn't swirl around in space by themselves. They have a purpose, and everything is in order. It's the moon is going around the earth, and the earth is going around the sun, and whatever. We there's order everywhere. Where there's success, there's order. So that's what we're going to talk about today: order. And you got to realize that you're born to succeed. You have the capacity for belief. You have the unlimited power inside your mind. That's why these webinars is so important, because you don't hear stuff like this most of the time nowhere else. Well, you can hear some of it, but you don't hear most of it um, most of the time. So, and this is only once a week, you know. But capacity for belief, that's what you have. We all have that. We all have that. We have the capacity to believe. And you heard the expression for those, everything you can move mountains with your belief, you know? And we have the gift of full control of our mind. Wow. So when I started this webinar, I said, why is it that not everyone is successful? If we were born to succeed, why are we not successful? Because we're following the wrong map. We have the road map to hell, so to say. That was an expression, but you know what I mean. We have the wrong roadmap. We're following the wrong directions. So if we're following the wrong directions, we will not get there. So we have to get the right directions. But the gift that we have, the capacity of belief, and we have full control of our mind. So this is what I want you to write down or memorize, whatever, take a picture. The future is created in the present. Wow. I heard a guy many years ago. This is a note from my notebook that I took at the webinar. The future is created in the present. So everything that's going to happen is actually happened in the present, right now. Because many people don't believe that. But you remember, I think it was last week or a week before that, I said, that the principle behind success is that the we don't reap what we need, and the success is there for the planters, the people who plant. And when should we plant? Well, right here, the future is created in the present. In the present, we're planting in the present. You will get this. There will be a red thread, I promise you. So look at this. We're awake approximately 60,000 seconds. 60,000 seconds approximately. You don't have to bring a calculator for and start doing math. This is just approximately, but just an example to show how it works. So we're awake 60,000 seconds, and every second is a moment. Every second is a moment, because people don't realize how time works. You will never get back time. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. So people are not successful. They slander around, I do that, not now, I watch on TV, or, every moment is that second, and every second is that moment. So there's 60,000 moments in a day. You will get it. So if you want to be successful, you got to change, because otherwise you have or had everything that you wanted in life. If you were doing everything right, if you're thinking the right thoughts, if you were acting the right way, if were doing the right things, thinking in the right way, you will have all those things you already wanted, but you don't. That's why you need to change, because otherwise you will just have what you already have. Because you are the creator. You create everything outside of yourself. To think is to create. And the change is in that second. Because listen now, you're here at this webinar. Every second There is something new, some new information just pouring out of the speakers in your computer. Some people, they go and grab a coffee, or they do something else. They take a pen and they write, and they listen to someone else talking, or they're not focused. And change is in the moment. You will start to get this soon. I promise. So those 60,000 moments is an opportunity to change. And I know it sounds weird because I bring it down to such an, extreme, but it's not, because all those moments are put together, and all those moments are called a day. All those moments are put together, and all those days are put together, become a week. And all those moments are put together, become a day, and all those days become a week, and all those weeks become a year. That's why you need to get it, that change is in the moment. That's why you need to be focused. That's why you need to be alert. And you need to be where you should be, here, right now. Some people wander away in their mind, because you can wander away for minutes, you know. Okay, so you got to learn to take control of the moment. That's why I'm talking about discipline. But there's easier way to do it. But you need to be disciplined. You need to do the stuff that we're talking about here. So how do we take control of the moment? You probably figure that out by now. But here it is. Moment create momentum. Wow. So that's why you need to learn to take control of the moment, because those moments will create momentum. So a moment is actually a moment, many moments where you do the right thing will be momentum. So people who are successful, they have momentum. Any business that are successful have momentum. Momentum is created when? In the now, in that second, in one of those 60,000 seconds, when you do the right thing. So if I do a lot of, my mentor always told me, if you learn to do the right thing now, you will have a lot of right nows. We will create a good thing. Wow. He was good. This is in his memory. And you are getting his legacy right now. So the future is created in the present. So if you want to have that momentum, you got to take control of the present. And there is never I do it later, because there will never come a later, because when later comes, there's another later. And people who practice I do it later will never be successful. I'm just telling you, you got to do it now. And that's where discipline comes in, because maybe there's a list to do. Maybe there's a phone call to be taken care of. Maybe there's some dirty dishes that's standing there and look ugly. Or you need to jump in the car and drive away somewhere. Or you need to, whatever that is. You got to do it now. You just have to do it. Just do it. Because when you do it, you are creating that momentum. You take care of that moment. And people who practice I do it later, they will create a habit. We are creatures of habits. We talked about that in earlier webinars. We do everything habitually. We do everything in habit. We have a habit. So if we create I do it later habit, that's what we get. And the momentum will get lost. We will lose the momentum. And I've seen it happen for so many people. I've been in this industry where you can actually see that you can't hide in this industry. Now it's too easy, I think, because you guys, you have it's way too easy. You're just in front of a computer, you send a couple of emails and a couple of messages on the phone, and bam, before it was hard. Anyway, I will not take away the success from you guys because you're doing it. So it's not that. But I'm telling you, it was harder, and it is harder. But the principle still is in place. You can't hide, and people are very visible in this business. So you can clearly see what people are doing because you can go in the back office and see, okay, yep, there's the volume, there's the that person has so many key people in his organization or in her organization, and that person have reached that level, or but not only money, not only volume, not only that, but what are you creating kind of a culture in your organization? That's also part of that. Are people happy? Are people, do they trust? Are people living their dream? And that's what I tell every time that these webinars, when you get the information that I'm talking about here, you can use that in anything in life, in your family, with your kids, in other businesses. And when you finally get it and you do it, no one can take that away from you. So there's not I do it later, because later will never come, and you're just creating a bad habit. So there's only the now. That's why you need to control the now. So how do we actually control the now? Wow. What do you think? How do we control the now? Yes, you were right. By planning your time. And when you plan your time, you need to plan it out hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month. And you need to be disciplined, because there's got to be times when you don't feel like it, you don't want to do it, but you got to do it anyway. If you want to create momentum, if you want to take care of that moment, because otherwise the moment will slip away. So if you're involved in anything, doesn't matter what it is, either the project runs you or you run the project. Are you running the project? Have you a plan for every step that's going to be taken? Are you a leader? Are you leading people? Where are you leading people? Or is it just, whatever? Or are you in charge? Because either life runs you or you run life. We're not here to be victimized or victims and go into victimhood. We're here to conquer. We're here to succeed. We're here to be successful. We're here. We got the first order: be fruitful and multiply. Fruitful means be productive. You got to be productive. You got to take care of that moment. That moment is right now. If you're focused here in front of the screen and listening, taking care, let your brain think about things that are good. Wow, then you are going somewhere. So you got to make a plan of action, because some people make a plan, but they don't take action. I don't know how that works, but it does. So you got to make a plan of action to take care of that one of those 60 seconds a day, one of those 60,000 moments. And action is the only cure. Action cures most everything. When you take action, you can cure anything. You can cure depression, bad habits, problems. You cure stuff. Action is the key. Because sometimes I can see that, you heard me say that it's better to have no training than the wrong training. Because when people take action and they just follow, certain simple rules, like do this, do this, do this, and they do it, they will be successful. Then maybe some person start to get the wrong information inside his head or her head. And you have the wrong roadmap again. So it's about having the right map. So this is how it looks for a person who's not successful and not taking care of that moment. You've seen this. I used this before, but I can use it again. We all think. We wake up in the morning and we start to think. You have thoughts of problems and negativity, or you trained yourself. You created a habit to wake up. Actually, how that works is you go to sleep with the right thing. So you read something good, you listen to something good when you go to sleep, then you will wake up with that same thoughts. That's how our mind works. So you wake up with certain thoughts, and let's say a person wakes up with no plan of action, no controlling of the now. What happens? Well, what happens is that everything will just go to crap, because that person will just wandering around, and seconds by second go, and moment by moment go, passing by, and soon a whole day passed by, and then a week, and then a month, and they do a little bit, or and that's not the way to create momentum. So, but this is how it works. They have a thought, a problem occur. Maybe they have a little bit of a positive thought because they went to one of these webinars and they got a little bit positive, and then a problem occur, and they're not trained to understand that problems is part of the process. So they get a negative feeling. They think that a problem is something negative. It's the opposite. When you realize the problem you should embrace problems, like, wow, because when you have problems, it shows that you're going somewhere. You can't have success without problems. It's impossible. You can't live without problems. Life is problems. So when you have a problem, you need to solve that problem. But unsuccessful people, they get a negative feeling and go like, oh, poor me, poor me. And, they take the wrong action or no action and follow the result. So we have to train ourselves like this. We wake up, we have a plan. We have a plan of action. We know exactly what to do. We have phone calls to do. We're going to write some stuff down. We're going to travel to meet a person. Then we're going to do this and this and this. We have a list of things. Problem occurs. We know the problem is part of the process. We say, thank you. I'm on my way to success. And we get a total not a different feeling from the unsuccessful people, because we know the problems is good. So we put in a new thought after that feeling, which is what? Take action. Read something. Go, help someone. Do something. This is funny, because if you're feeling low and down, listen to me now. Write this down. If you're feeling, because we all do sometimes, if you're feeling low and down and really out of it, you don't, nothing is really going your way. And I know it's hard to feel successful in those moments. Oh, there it was, a moment again. So, but when that happens, turn around and help someone, and you will get out of yourself. When you get out of yourself, all those negative feelings disappear. I'm telling you, it works. So you're feeling low and down, focus on someone else, focusing on helping someone else. That's why the biggest leaders that they are the most successful, they're focusing on helping other people all the time, you know, and even if, and it has nothing to do with money, because you can see evil people have a lot of money, of course. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't really care. I just know that, it's not about here and the cars and the material things and stuff, because you don't bring those things with you when you leave planet Earth. You just have them you're borrowing them for a while to have fun. Of course, and it's so obvious what you should put in, what's the reality. That's your growth. You take that with you. You don't take your Ferrari with you. No, no. You don't take a bag of money with you either. But what you take with you is what you've done, what you created, your legacy, what people will say about you when you're gone. Oh, he was a fantastic person. Oh, she was great. She was helping other people. And look what she did. And, it's because of her that I'm here and whatever. So life is about helping others. But you can't help someone if you don't help yourself first. Remember that. I did a word of today just about that, the this difference between selfishness and ego. Some people think selfishness is negative. No, 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 no. Selfishness and self-esteem is about you. Who would take care of you if you don't take care of you? Life is not about others taking care of others. That is, you and me, we have the opportunity to take care of ourselves. That's what we should do, that, because when we do that, we have an increase in our life, and we will have a surplus. When we have a surplus of time and money and knowledge, we can give that away. Wow. And you can see the people who doesn't have a surplus, most of them, they don't give nothing away. So your best thinking got you where you are now. You know, your best thinking. So you got to create what? Another way of thinking of things. That's why we have mentorship. Let someone else put something inside your life. Put the ego away and say, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to have an open mind. I'm willing to do stuff that I never done before. I'm willing to feel that I never felt before. I'm willing to conquer. I'm willing to go through hardships and problems. Just tell me what to do. I'm here. That's what I did. I put myself under mentorship. And my first mentor, my only mentor, he gave me all those goodies. The first lesson, one of the first good lessons was he taught me being in time, on time. It's such an important lesson. When you're going somewhere, you have a meeting, you be there in time. You got to be on time. Why, you say? Well, this whole webinar is about that. Time. The moment. You're missing the moment. You're missing one of the 60,000 seconds or many more, because if you're being late, what have you missed? Not only the moments, you missed out the chance of proving that you are a disciplined person, and you are the person that can be trusted, or you are the person that shows up whatever happens. And that comes from mentorship. You can't do that by yourself, because you got to have someone to tell you the things you need to hear, not the things you want to hear. You want to hear total different stuff. You want to hear, oh, it's easy and everything is free and it's just going to drop manna from heaven. No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know everything, but I know that hasn't been that for me and for most of the people that I know. So mentorship is so important. And those who will not succeed are the people who can't act on instructions. Wow, I see that all the time. I see that today. I see that with people that I coach today. I see that with people, every day. I see that with my kids. They get an instruction. How hard is it? You know what comes between that that instruction and that action? Act to instruct. Ego, edging God out, doesn't lead nowhere. Something is telling you not to do it because you better, or you do it later, or whatever. So those who will not succeed are the people who does not act on instructions. So let's make an example. You're here on these webinars and you hear stuff, you hear things, you hear good stuff, and you don't act on them. Why is that? Well, for some people, you need to be plugging in more than you had when you came here. You remember I talked about the scale? If you have not been working on yourself for 30 years, 35 years, 45 years, 55 years, and all of a sudden you enter a business, and then someone tells you to, oh, we're doing personal development here, and we have these webinars, and for most of you, I know that started many years ago, because most of you are have been in this industry, and or some other industries, or you've been working on yourself, but not everyone. So you got to put in, if you have a scale and it's tilting you, you had the roadmap, the wrong roadmap for 35 years. It doesn't take a week to change that. So it takes time. That's why you need to act on instructions in that moment, right now. When is the best time? Now, right now. And an airplane is out of course 99% of its time. What do you say? Yes. And a commercial jet, when you fly from if I fly from let's say Dallas to London, and from London to South Africa, Johannesburg, let's say I had to change planes. Those planes are out of course 99% of the time. That's why you have a pilot, and you have what? You have an autopilot. You need to create a momentum inside of you, in your thinking, in your soul, that you are taking care of every moment to create that momentum. What they do in the commercial jet is that correct the course all the time. The autopilot goes like all the time, because the plane's out of course. There's winds, and there's stuff that's going on, and our life is in the same. Not really. We're not out of course, but we need to act. We need to have put that autopilot. We need to be pilots of our life to get ourselves on course, because we get out of course, we get lazy, we get complacent. We think, yeah, that's it, I made it now. No, you haven't. You've been in the business for a year, you haven't made it. You're not there. And like my old friend Miles Monroe, I will paraphrase him. I will just said, he said, um, moving in the right direction is better rather than reaching a destination. Wow. So 99% of time we're moving in a direction. What direction? You need to correct the course, because you're losing it. That's why you're here on these Sunday webinars, to correct the course, to get on course again, to take those notes and say, wow, yes, I needed this, some good energy. And I'm talking about this. The abundance, the abundance process starts when you start serving other people. Wow. Did you learn this in school? No, neither did I. I wonder. And you can't keep what you don't give away. So start giving it away. That's the purpose of mentorship. You get mentored and then you start mentor someone else. You get mentored. But listen, I don't trust people who are not getting mentored, who have been mentored. Why? Why should I trust them? If they didn't put themselves under a mentorship, and now all of a sudden they're gonna mentor me. So never take instructions of someone who can't take you to the next level, because there's a lot of those out there. They know it all, and they haven't done anything, or just a little bit, or they read a book about something, and all of a sudden they are experts. They don't fool me, I'm telling you. And I love this statement. I love this statement. Helping one person might not change the whole world, but it could change the world for that one person. Remember that. That's why we're here. Friends, that's why we're here. Never forget it. So, what's going on? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Something happened there. But you got to set your goals, you got to make a plan, you got to take action, and then you can reap. The reaping is for the planters. The reaping is for the planters. Repetition is the mother of skill. And we need to go the extra mile. And you need to plan. You have a couple of days to plan, get in the moment, take care of that thing. We just had an amazing event. And it's not the artists and the music and all. It's not that is the amazing. The amazing is the building pieces for your life, for your business, the building blocks. Then it's fun to have artists and music. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying what you should focus on. Some people focus on the wrong things. But you need to go the extra mile. You need to do the extra things if you're going to become extra. And if you do that, the rest of your life is going to be the best of your life, because you're not who you think you are. You are who you think you are. Guys, it's been an awesome webinar, and I hope you learned something. It was great for me because I learned a lot. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, prosperous, abundant rest of the week. And if you need some guidance, you come back next week for next session. Okay, go out in life, be joyous, happy, and free, and I will see you at the top. Thank you.